What's up everyone, I'm CallumOnToast, and in today's video I'm going to be showcasing some battles in the Love Cup running a triple Shadow class cannon team with Crawdaunt, Magmortar, and Blaziken. Now this team was very hit and miss for me. I had a 4-1, a couple of 3-2s, but also a 1-4 and an 0-5, so it should be fairly obvious, but this is not a team I would recommend if you care about your elo. However, it was very fun to play. So with that being said, let's get into the question of the day. What is your go-to Pokemon that you run in the Go Battle League that isn't necessarily the best, but you just absolutely love using it? Let me know in the comment section down below, and with that being said, let's get into the battles now. Alright, so go into the first battle, leading Shadow Crawdaunt into Shadow Scizor. Now, if they are on Bullet Punch, it's actually not that bad of a matchup for us. However, I'm going to swap out anyways, as I do have two Fire-type Pokemon, and we bait out Alomomola. Now, unfortunately, even running Thunderbolt, that's not enough damage to flip this matchup here, unless I guess the Alomomola has, like, really awful IVs, like, I'm talking 15-0-0. Unless it's got that kind of IVs, unfortunately, you will not be able to flip the matchup with the Magmortar. However, I do put them into range where, actually, I can't even go for a full farm down there, as I don't really want to tank a Hydro Pump to the face with my Shadow Crawdaunt. So we swap into Blaziken, gonna tank the resisted Night Slash there, and they come in with their final Pokemon, which is a Miltank. So Blaziken kind of core breaking their team here. However, unfortunately, after tanking that Night Slash, they will be able to go for a full rollout farm down, but it doesn't really matter at this point, as we can come in with the Crawdaunt. One Snarl will get the KO. They realized they were only going to be able to get off one charge move, so they full send the Thunderbolt, but I shield that up. We go for Night Slash number 1, and I will be able to reach another Night Slash before they can Bullet Punch farm me down, and Night Slash number 2 gets the KO there, and I'm able to take that game. So, GG to open there into next battle. See Miltank in the lead. So, up against a normal type in the lead, I would swap into my Magmortar, and obviously, this is still not that great of a matchup. As you can see, these rollouts are actually really chunking, but the opponent full sends a Thunderbolt once again. Very interesting play there. We're now going to see a Galarian Slowbro coming in. I go for Fire Punch there, and I realize I'm also not going to reach back-to-back charge moves, so I fire off the Thunderbolt. Thunderbolt grabs the shield anyways, as the threat of a Scorching Sands, which should probably one-shot them, does grab that final shield there. We're going to come in. They've got a lot of energy. I didn't think about shielding until the last second, and they actually full send a Focus Blast. Probably the only Galarian Slowbro I saw running Focus Blast, so very fortunate that I shielded. We're now going to swap into our Shadow Blaziken. Unfortunately, all shields are down. However, this is just going to be a Body Slam. We can tank that, and we can commit to a full counter farm down, and the opponent's going to have a second rollout, normal type, in the back, in the form of Licky Licky. We're able to reach the Brave Bird. Brave Bird gets the one shot there, and we live with 1 HP and a dream, and I'm able to take that game. So, GG so there into next battle. See, honestly, one of the worst leads we could possibly see in Scrafty, but they were actually on Snarl there. So, if I'd have stayed in, maybe realized that, then I probably didn't need to swap out there. But either way, we're going to swap into Magmortar. Unfortunately, they do shield the Thunderbolt, and we actually reach a Fire Punch as well. So, if I maybe threw them the other way around there, maybe could have got them very low, but we already know Thunderbolt would not get the KO there. So, we come in with the Crawdaunt, and I actually think I make a mistake there. I think at the time, this might be a different battle that I'm thinking of anyways. I'm obviously not counting back now, but I'm pretty sure at the time that was only 9 waterfalls instead of 10, so shooting there didn't really make sense, but we can go for the farm down. We've got a lot of energy. However, unfortunately, they don't come back in with the Scrafty, so we got our Scald. Scald does debuff their attack, but unfortunately, the Poison Jab, even though they were debuffed there, does get the KO. So we come in with the Blaziken, they fire off a Brutal Swing. I kind of have to shield at this point, and unfortunately, they do reach another charge brief already. I need to overfarm here because they're eventually going to swap back into the Scrafty, and I can fire off the Brave Bird, of course, resisting the Snarl damage. Brave Bird gets the KO there, but unfortunately, because we debuff our defense, they're able to Poison Jab, farm me down, and we do end up losing that game. But GG to open there into next battle. See Licky Licky in the lead. So again, going to say swap into Shadow Magmortar, and they throw straight away. So I'm definitely going to shoot up the Body Slam, wait to see what they come in with, and they come in with a Sea King. So unlike Alomomola, if the opponent does not respect the damage here, a Thunderbolt is going to get the one shot there. We're able to flip switch advantage, and I'm hoping I can reach back-to-back Fire Punches before they farm me down. But actually, that looks like it was a mistake there. Maybe should have just gone for another Thunderbolt. But either way, the opponent doesn't expect to to see a Shadow Blaziken, so I'm able to fully counter, snipe, farm them down there, and they've got a Skeledirge in the back. Now, we are, of course, down a shield, but the Snarl damage, honestly, is going to put them into Blaze Kick range, so I fire 3 Snarls for a good timing here, but they do have the energy for a charge move. We actually get a Night Slash boost there, which doesn't really make a difference at this point. Night Slash, number 2, gets another boost, another unnecessary boost there, but the opponent goes for the farm down. That was their win condition. However, unfortunately for them, Crawdaunt just so spammy, one more Snarl, gets to another Night Slash, and I'm able to take that game. So, GG's to open there into next battle, see a Talonflame in the lead, so a pretty positive matchup for us. However, unfortunately, if the opponent does double shield here, and if we go straight Scald, I don't know if I will actually win this matchup. So we're going to shield there. They actually go for Flame Charge, so I'm going to go for the Scald straight away here. Scald is, of course, going to grab a shield. It also drops their attack back down to the regular attack there. We can go for Scald, number 2, grab both shields, and at this point, I don't really want to double shield my Crawdaunt, so I'm going to no shield fly, gets the KO there. At this point, I am thinking about what to do here. I'm going to come in with the Shadow Magmortar, and I will reach a Fire Punch on the CMP tie. However, I don't think that would get the KO there. So what I'm going to do, shield up the fly here, and I should actually be able to go and farm up to 7 more Karate Chops. That was definitely a mistake there. Should have overfarmed at least by 1 more than that, and that way I still don't take the damage from the next Incinerate. But either way, we come out with a lot of energy. We go straight for Fire Punch. I'm hoping I can go for a full counter farm down before they reach a nuke charge move, but unfortunately that is not the case here. The opponent gets to the Shadow Ball. Shadow Ball gets the KO there, but they've got Ariados in the back, and Fire Punch did, of course, get a buff this season, and unfortunately, that buff is still not enough to get the KO up against the Ariados. Unfortunately, Karate Chop, of course, is also double resisted, so we can't get the farm down. They reach a last-second charge move, and we do end up losing that game. But GG set up on there into next battle. We see a Soul Rock in the lead. The opponent safe swaps into Licky Licky, so we're going to come in with the Blaziken. They don't farm up to a Shadow Ball or an Earthquake or anything else, just a Body Slam there, so I will no shield, and I'm going to fire off a Blaze Kick just before they reach the next Body Slam here. Blaze Kick, going to be no shielded. They're not going to get that much farm up against me with the Soul Rock. However, unfortunately, I don't think a Night Slash would get the KO from this range, so I'm actually going to overfarm here, shield up the rock side, and the opponent is going to come in with a Clefable. So going straight for Scald here. Scald, even though it gets shielded here, Scald does have a chance to debuff their attack, and we do get that attack drop, which is actually huge for us because now I can live 2 Swifts not super comfortably either as well. So if the opponent is able to eventually swap out of this matchup back into the Soul Rock, I'm not going to leave them with much farm at all. So the opponent fires off the Swift straight away here. Swift going to get us very low. We get to the Fire Punch, but they can swap back into the Soul Rock. However, Fire Punch actually puts them into Snarl farm down range for the Shadow Crawdaunt. We come out with the Scald loaded. I can go for 1 Snarl here, fire off the Scald on good timing. Scald gets them incredibly low, and the opponent is just going to concede the match. So, GG top in there, into next battle, we see Crawdaunt into a Shadow Scissor. So once again, gonna say swap into Magmortar. Unfortunately, we swap at the exact same time as the opponent that swaps into Milotic. So that is very interesting. Now, Milotic, not as bulky as Alomomola, so we go for Thunderbolt there. That would have probably got the one shot there. So they do end up shielding, and they also don't commit to a farm down. They go straight for Surf. Surf gets the KO there. We're gonna come back in with the Crawdaunt, and I'm just not confident that a Night Slash would get the KO from this range. So I'm actually going to shield this. I know it's just going to be another Surf. Surf is resisted damage. However, these Dragon Tails are absolutely eating us alive right now. So we're going to go for the Night Slash. We've got a lot of energy. I'm actually going to go straight for the Scald here, assuming the Scissor comes back in, which they do. Scald gets the one shot there. The opponent does not respect the damage, but unfortunately, they've got another Dragon Tail user in the form of Draudigon, and unfortunately, they can go for a full Dragon Tail farm down. Snarl just barely doesn't get the KO there, and they're able to just barely take the win there. But GG's to that opponent there. Into next battle, we're going to see an Ariados in the lead. So we're going to stay in this matchup here. I've got 2 fire types in the back, but unfortunately, neither of them are that comfortable. But we get the boost with the Night Slash. So now I'm definitely going to shield as they go for a lunge, even debuffing my attack here. Since I got the boost, I think Night Slash is probably going to get the KO here. So Night Slash does get the KO. They come in with Hisuian Electrode. They're now going to swap out into a Licky Licky. And if I can grab the final shield here, I should be looking fine. So we go straight for the Fire Punch. Fire Punch punch, grabs that final shield. They throw just before we reach fire punch number 2, but that's absolutely okay with me. They full send the Shadow Ball there, which means we can come in with the Shadow Blaziken. They are only going to reach one charge move. I'm definitely just going to shield here. Electro doesn't have much energy. They're not going to reach a wild charge, so we can go straight for Blaze Kick. Blaze Kick actually doesn't quite get the KO, but it doesn't matter. One more counter gets the job done, and I'm able to take that game. So, GG's to there. Into next battle, see Macargo in the lead. So this is a great matchup for pretty much the entire team if they're on Incinerate. If they're on Rock Throw, then of course Mag Mortar is going to struggle. But either way, the opponent is going to swap out of that matchup. We come in with the Mag Mortar. They let the Fire Punch go down there, which is fine with me. And they're going to throw just before we reach the next charge move. So at this point, happy to let the Rock Tomb take us out there. And I'm actually thinking, you know what? From this range, I can probably come in and get a full counter farm down before they reach another charge move. And that is absolutely the case, and they've got a Loma Mola in the back, so I'm just going to full send the Brave Bird here. There's no reason to bait. Brave Bird should be shielded by the opponent. We can come back in with the Crawdon. We've already got a Night Slash loaded, so I'm going to fire it off straight away. Night Slash doesn't do too much damage, but Crawdon incredibly spammy here. All I have to do is shield this up. Even if they get a debuff with the Psychic, it doesn't matter. I can reach back-to-back Night Slashes, but just to be sure here, firing off the first one, Night Slash, going to grab the final shield. I'm going to go for one extra Snarl, just to guarantee that the Night Slash from this range will get the KO. And Night Slash, of course, once it does finally connect here, takes out the Loma Mola. Again, another unnecessary boost, but I'm able to take that game. So, GG's Turbo there. Into the next battle, we see a Sea King in the lead. So I'm going to stay in this matchup here, go straight for Night Slash, and the opponent might actually no-shield this first charge move. So Night Slash is going to be no-shielded by the opponent. They can tank that reasonably comfortably. I'm not going to be able to go for a Snarl farm down, so I'm going to shield this. They bait with an Icy Wind, but that's okay. I'm actually going to swap into Blaziken. I should be able to counter farm them down, and they actually swap into a Licky Licky, so we don't throw on the best timing there, but Blaze Kick going to be no-shielded by the opponent, and they will reach a last-second charge move. So at this point, going to let the move go through. Shadow Ball gets the KO there, but we can come in with either Pokemon to get the farm down. I'm actually going to come in with the Mag Mortar here, get that Karate Chop farm down, get the Karate Chop farm down up against the Sea King as well, and they've got a Talonflame in the back, so we still have play here. I'm going to go and fire off the Thunderbolt. Thunderbolt is unfortunately shielded. Maybe could have gotten away with baiting there, but either way, I'm going to shield, and I should still be able to win this game, just full sending the new charge moves here. We go for a Thunderbolt just before they reach the next charge move, and then I make a huge mistake. I swap out instantly. I should have waited to see if the opponent throws an Incinerate. If they threw the Incinerate, I could have swapped out there, still reached a Scald with my Crawdons, but unfortunately I swap out straight away. They're able to throw the charge move immediately, expecting that, and we end up losing that game. But GG's to opponent there. Into next battle, and probably the biggest issue for this team in Medicham in the lead here. And actually I just didn't really see too many Medichams, so it wasn't that bad for me, but we're going to see a Skeledirge swapping in, so we are going to go for the Thunderbolt. Thunderbolt does big damage, and it puts them into Fire Punch range, so despite not having Scorching Sands, we're actually still going to force a shield up against the Skeledirge in, and if I put them into range where 4 Snarls will get the KO, then actually I'm looking to be pretty good here. So they go for Disarming Voice, and we are able to get that Snarl farm down. Perfect farm down as well. I'm now going to fire off the Scald straight away, and then swap into my Blaziken. Scald is unshielded, and they come in with a Macargo, so Blaziken can just shield once, go for a full counter farm down, and this game should be absolutely wrapped up. So they go for the Rock Tomb. That should give me slightly more energy. Doesn't really make a difference here. And again, the opponent has just conceded the match here, but instead of hitting that top left button for whatever reason, they've just completely rage quit out of the app, and I'm not a massive fan of that. It just wastes my time. So please, if you're going to give up, just hit that button. That's literally why it's there. But anyways, GG's to opponent there. Into next battle, another Medicham in the lead. So I just mentioned I didn't really see too many of them, but I did unfortunately see like 3 or 4 of them back to back to back, which is obviously not ideal for me, but we're going to come in with the Shadow Mag Mortar. We are going to shield up the charge move as the opponent is going to full send the Dynamic Punch before swapping into a Miltank. Now, the opponent does actually have the energy for a Body Slam, but I'm assuming they're going to throw on good timing, so I'm able to go for one extra Karate Chop, fire off the Fire Punch here. Fire Punch, going to be shielded, and we are Just barely not able to reach another fire punch there. If we got damage registration error there, I could have forced both shields from the mill tank, but instead we're going to come in with the Crawdons. The opponent fires off the body slam, and again, I think they have back-to-back moves, but the opponent goes for the extra fast move there. But unfortunately, it just doesn't really matter because they've got Galarian Slowbro in the back, and I did actually face that exact same team, I think 3 times in a row, so I already knew it was not going to be a win for me, so I just conceded the match there. But into next battle, and the opponent already knowing it's game over for them, as they are clearly incredibly weak to the Crawdons, so I'm able to take that game. But anyways, into the next battle, very fast battle there. We're going to see a Shadow Scizor in the lead, so once again, going to say swap into the Magmortar, and this time they're not responding with Alomomola, so that's great news for me. We go for the Fire Punch, and you're going to see I actually could have thrown the Fire Punch here on the CMB tie, but for whatever reason I chose, actually, you know what, we're going to try and throw it on good timing, but actually now I can go for a full Karate Chop farm down. Since they went and full send that Shadow Ball there, I figured they're probably not on Body Slam. They come in with the Slowbro. Now we've got the alignment we want. We're going to come in with the Crawdon, and this time this is definitely not a focus bar, so I'm going to no shield. The opponent goes for a brutal swing there. They swap back into Scizor. We're going to come in with the Shadow Blaziken, and honestly, I should no shield the first charge move here because just in case they do get a boost with the Night Sash, of course the next Night Sash is going to do more damage, but either way they don't get the boost here, so it doesn't really make a difference. We're now going to fire off the Brave Bird at the last possible second here. Brave Bird is going to be shielded by the opponent, but we've got that Night Sash loaded. Is this enough to get the KO here? Yes, it is just barely enough damage to take out the Slowbro, and I'm able to take that game. So, GG to open there into next battle. We see Ace Crafty in the lead. So, once again, going to say swap into Magmortar. And this time, they are on Rock Throws. So, unfortunately, not great for us. I could be running Scorching Sand. So, I should grab a shield. But I actually don't grab the shield there, which is very interesting. But I guess maybe the opponent expecting Thunderbolt. Either way, we come in. We snipe with the Blaziken. Honestly, Crawdon not looking too good. But they do have 2 Pokemon weak to counter. So, we're going to shout out the Blaziken here. I think they have farmed up 2 back-to-back charge moves. But actually, it's just a Shadow Ball. So, again, probably not on Body Slam, and here I need to reach 2 charges and reach a Scald on my Crawdon. So we go for Blaze Kick. I'm then going to swap into Crawdon, and can we reach a Scald? No, we're barely not able to do so. That is incredibly painful. You can see my IVs are really awful on that Crawdon. If I had better IVs, better PvP IVs, maybe we could have reached that Scald and get the win there, but unfortunately that was not the case, and we end up going down. But GG Sotoman there into next battle. We see Macargo in the lead, and this opponent is incredibly weak to counter as we come in with our Shadow Blaziken. The opponent full sends a Thunderbolt there, which means I can now overfarm by 3 counters, throw on the Simpy tie here. It's very unlikely that the opponent is running Thunderbolt and Ice Beam on the Mill Tank, although not impossible. But either way, we're going to go and fire off the Brave Bird here. Probably could have just gone for the Blaze Kick there, but either way, unfortunately, because I went for Brave Bird, I debuffed my defense, and they're able to Incinerate farm me down, so I think that definitely was a mistake. But we're going to come in with the Crawdons. I'm going to no shield. I'm then going to snipe with my Shadow Magmortar as we get the Karate Chop farm down, and the opponent's going to have a Galarian Slowbro in the back. So we did make a bit of a mistake there, but I should still be fine here as we go for the Fire Punch. Fire Punch is going to be no shielded by the opponent, and they actually throw on the CMP tie, so that's fine with me. Fire Punch number 2 grabs the final shield there. And actually, if they did go for a full farm down anyways, it wouldn't matter, as we were just 1 snarl away from that Night Sash. And of course, Night Sash gonna be taking out the Slowbro. Again, another unnecessary boost. Like, what the heck is that? But GG's to that opponent there. Into next battle, we see a Clefable in the lead. So gonna say swap into that Shadow Magmortar, and unfortunately, again, met with the Alomomola. So honestly, it's quite depressing that we can't flip this matchup with Thunderbolt. But either way, we still full send it, and you can see it does do a lot of damage. So if they had a bad IV Alomomola, we probably could flip that matchup, but unfortunately I was not able to flip it anytime today, so not great. But either way, gonna come in with the Crawdon. It's just a Psychic, so I no shield that, but they get the defense drop with that Psychic, which is very unfortunate. So I will go for the Scald. Gonna swap into my Blaziken, and the opponent's now gonna fire a charge move. So I will be shielding this. The opponent goes for Moonblast, and then they get the attack drop with the Moonblast. What on earth is this luck here? We're now gonna go for a Blaze Kick. Blaze Kick unfortunately will not get the KO now. Well, it would be nowhere near getting the KO now because they debuffed my attack, but they shield anyways. They go for a Swift here, and this is looking like it's gonna be game over, unfortunately. Swift probably won't quite take us out here, and it actually doesn't take us out, but the opponent then makes a very nice catching the Fire Punch onto their Licky Licky. We can come in with the Crawdaunt, but it just doesn't really matter at this point. Night Slash would definitely not get the KO from this range, so I don't bother throwing a charge move. Body Slam takes us out, one more rollout, gets the KO there, and unfortunately we do lose that game. But GG's up on there into the final battle of this video. We lead into a Druddigon, so not really ideal for me, and a slight core breaker to the team, but I'm going to go straight for Night Slash here, and then I will swap into my Shadow Magmortar, and the opponent now has the energy for a Dragon Claw, so I'm definitely going to shield this. The opponent is going to go for a Dragon Claw, so not trying to fish for a boost with that Night Slash. I'm now going to fire off a Fire Punch, and Fire Punch is resisted, but it would do quite a lot of damage in this matchup, so I grab a shield, and I'm actually able to reach another Fire Punch. Looks like a CMP tie, which we win, and Fire Punch does get the KO there, which is very nice. They then come in with a Licky Licky. We're going to come in with the Shadow Blaziken, and I'm definitely going to shield this as they farmed up to the potential Shadow Ball. They do bait with a Body Slam, which is unfortunate, but we're able to swap, catch the charge move onto my Shadow Crawdaunt as they go for another Body Slam, but they undercharge that. They come in, they get the farm down with the Galarian Slowbro, but I'm still able to reach a Brave Bird. Brave Bird should be enough to one-shot the Slowbro, and they're in range where we can counter, farm down Licky Licky, and I'm able to take that game. So that's going to be it for today's video. If you did enjoy it, please make sure you leave a like, leave a comment letting me know, and as well, don't forget to respond to the question of the day if you haven't done so already. And if you want to see more content like this in the future, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on post notifications. That way you'll be notified whenever I upload a new video. And if you want to take your support even further, you can now become a channel member with perks including early access to new videos, shoutouts at the end of each video, custom loyalty badges, and custom emojis to use in the comments. I want to say a massive thank you to everyone that has already become a channel member. Your support is greatly appreciated, and with that being said, thank you all so much for watching today's video, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.